Oh my gosh. I've watched this already. Hello, by the way. Wow. 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 Okay, yo. It is. I'm going to talk over this. This is going to be no sound. It is the holiday season creeping up on us. Officially, Black Friday already started, according to retailers. They're just like, forget it. Start shopping now. So I'm like, all right, shoot. It's all good, whatever. But yo, what Sony showed, this state of play, okay, look, I prefer Xbox, right? That's a known quantity, but I can admit when something is nice, regardless of where it comes from. Like Star Citizen, I think it's kind of a dope game, even though ridiculous. But yo, it's giant, big, ambitious. And ships look real good and stuff, but it's ridiculous, right? This state of play, I was watching the chat the whole time. Man, L's all the way through. Worst state of play ever. Honestly, I mean, this game right here, I forgot what it's called. That's a whole nother issue that I can't remember any of the names of these games. This was the best looking game. The first game they showed was the best looking game. Everything else was Cartoon City. It was like Bugsnax had a whole bunch of kids and put it in the show. Not to mention Bugsnax was in it too. Come on, son. And the Little Devil Inside, they closed off with the Little Devil Inside. And I'm like, okay, that's an interesting little indie game that we were like looking forward to. But yeah, this was so bad. This was okay. It's not even like, oh, this is bad for Sony or this is bad for Nintendo. This is bad for X. This was bad. And I'm going to tell you why it was bad. It wasn't bad because of the games. Games don't make a presentation bad. A, it's the expectation of the presentation, which we'll get into. And B, it's how it's constructed, pretty much. And going back to the first point, the expectation of a Sony presentation has changed because Sony has changed what the gamers are going to. They have changed the expectations. Sony has said, we make the premier games, premier titles. If the name PlayStation is on it, boom, it's gonna be dope, right? Basically, that's what they're saying. That's what they want everybody to believe, right? That's okay, but it's impossible if you want to be all encompassing, to hit all the genres, to hit all of the people, the whole audience, all the billions. You can't do AAA for everybody. That's not how it works, because everybody doesn't want AAA. Some people want this hot. This right here was so hot garbage. It was so cringe-inducing hot garbage. I was like, what is this? And they're like, oh, we got to do the blog, the PlayStation blog, and then we're gonna do. I'm like, what? Is this like a commercial for it? But oh no, it's a game of an indie band, and I mean, it's a cool concept. But nah, they no. And this whole intro part where they talk about, oh, we got to do the PlayStation blog and PlayStation. I'm like, I mean, look, I know that, y'all are in bed or whatever, y'all got to deal with them. But is that how y'all band is for real? Y'all just talk about PlayStation, writing blog posts about PlayStation. What about your music? That being said, I have no idea what the song sounds like, because they're like, oh, we're gonna have 5 episodes and they're gonna be 5 songs. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. What kind of music is it? How to sound? What this music? How? I don't even know. I mean, maybe it was on in the background. This is what I'm talking about. There's like no memorable. The memorable part of this part of the show was, wow, this is not. I don't want to play this. This is nope. But I think also the problem with this presentation state of play is that Sony didn't set expectations correctly. They should have said, this is going to be an indie showcase, blah, 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 right? You need to set expectations correctly. They didn't. They said, oh, this is going to be third party. They were very vague. Third party stuff, blah, blah, blah. Which is true. And see, that's where they get in trouble, and that's where they get out of trouble. They say stuff that's true, but it's vague, so it can be misconstrued. So this was misconstrued as, oh, it's gonna be big bangers because it's Sony, but it ain't gonna be no first party stuff. It's all gonna be third party, or maybe some first but second party. Who knows? Keep it vague so you don't get in trouble, but you're gonna get in trouble because expectations are so high. Bugsnax. Come on, son. Bugsnax was a joke when it came out first. It's still a joke. We don't care if all, like, most of the stuff, I was gonna say most of the stuff is free. A lot of this stuff is free updates and free to play games. Is that their strategy? To do free to play games. Y'all know that Halo's free to play, right? Y'all know that multiplayer free, the multiplayer that everybody was talking about and still is talking about. And then they did the campaign overview other day, yesterday, whatever it was. Still talking about it. And you giving us Bugsnax free nobody want that. Nobody wants to play Bugsnax no more. And there's that first game, I forgot what it's called. All these games, I don't know what there's another game in here. It's like Among Us, except it's like, you know, different graphics or something. I was like, yup. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to do it all at once. They're trying to put like all their multiplayer hats and throw them all in there. See what sticks. I'm like, y'all need to think about what you're doing. You got Destruction All Stars. Nobody's playing that. That first game that they showed, nobody know what that looked like? That looked like Bleeding Edge. Remember that, Zaire? What do you call it now? I ain't gonna say it because it doesn't deserve to be ridiculed like that. But I think Bleeding Edge look better than that. I'm gonna be real. Animations on Bleeding Edge are top notch. Because Ninja Theory, they know how to thug dizzle it. That game is hot trash garbage. I'm like, no, I don't even want to play that. It looks crazy and weird. I'm like, no. Oh, this is the Five Nights at Freddy. Problem with this game, it's a problem with every game, but the problem with this game, if they don't go into the deep, dark horror elements of what is at the meat of the bone, if you will, of what Five Nights at Freddy's is actually, like the backstory of how, you know, these animatronics can come to life and stuff, then it's a big fail. It's a big L. Because that is the best part of Five Nights at Freddy is the lore. It's like, what? How are these animatronics alive? What's going on? You know? I'm not going to go into it because it's a long story, but it's so creepy. Watch Matt Pack, his game theory stuff. He has like a whole bunch of them. And it's so, like, the story behind it is so, it's like the story behind Halo, like the whole Spartan 2 program. That's way more interesting than, like, the stories that they're telling in Halo. I mean, they're cool now, but that whole backstory, that whole horror story that was the Spartan 2 program is way more interesting than, you know, a lot of the other stuff that they've shown in the games. And the same thing happens with Five Nights at Freddy's or any of these games. The backstory is way more interesting than the game itself. So, and I really don't. I mean, this looks okay for Five Nights at Freddy's because it's like actually a better version of the core game, but nah. So let's fast forward to, Death's Door. Oh my gosh. Yo, this came up. Death's Door came up. I'm like, oh, they didn't get it yet. They're like, not actual game. Man, I tell you what, this came out. I was like, oh, okay, Death's Door. Yeah, we played it already. Sorry, y'all late to the party. Y'all late to the party. Death's Door. Like, yay, we gotta get. What is this? Oh, get Titan Souls free. Wow. Okay, I gotta bribe you to get. I don't know how I feel about these shapes, the symbols, and a cart captured on a PS4 dev kit. What? Why? Why are you using a PS4 dev kit? Did Sony not send you a PS5 dev kit? Why would you? Oh, because it's the PS4 game. Oh. I was wondering why it looked like a PS4 game. I'm just saying. It's like, where's all that ray tracing, yo? Actually, you know what? It might have ray tracing because the PS4 can actually do. The ray tracing that they're implementing on the PS5 can be done on the PS4 and the Xbox One for that matter because it's software ray tracing, so it's not impossible. Anyway, yes, it's a goofy kart racer. The characters look kind of cute, but yeah, once again, This whole thing was a bunch of rainbow colored cartoony games. This is King of Fighters, new character. She looked like Black Bayonetta, but she's not. I was like, okay, next. This is the goofy game captured on PS5. It was captured on PS5. It don't look that good. I'm gonna be real. I'm like, okay. And you know what it is? It's the art style. It's not really about the actual graphic fidelity. It's just the art style. It's like, it's all right, man. And look at his face. Come on, son. But this is the whatchamacallit. I mean, if you look at chat, you know, I have a little small chat there, but bunch of L's, bunch of boring, bunch of, you know, that happened through the whole like 30-minute, however long it was, 20-something minute presentation. They were like, psh. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't care about any of these games. None of them. Especially after Halo just still in the mind. Halo is still in. I was thinking about Halo today, like the campaign, because I was like, yeah, the multiplayer would be fun. That's not an issue. And people are still crying about, oh, and the campaign co-op is not. Like, shut up, shut up. Patience is a virtue. Be patient. Go play something else or something. But I was like, yo, I think I'm getting hyped for Halo. And then remember, when the Halo gameplay overview dropped, right? You see all the donkey unicorns come out. Oh man, that don't look as good as it thought. It should look. That don't look as good as The Last of Us. But what's this? What's the state of? What is this? You know what I'm saying? You over there crying about Halo's graphics. Meanwhile, this is what Sony's serving you. Serving you stale McDonald's. Stale. I'm like, what? How? Did y'all run out of money? Where y'all games at? How is it Sony, the leader, doesn't have a holiday game? I know how, because everything was delayed until February. February they got like 59 games coming out. That's going bad. That's going bad. Okay, this might have been the biggest game, Square Enix, this Star Ocean, blah blah, whatever it's called. I didn't know. It didn't look. I said that's captured on PS5. It's not a PS5 game. Look at them graphics. Look at the character. Okay, so the character design's bad. Like the faces. I was like, no, It didn't look. It looks like a PS4 game, straight up. I ain't even capping. Let's watch when it gets to the planet. I'm like, that's PS5. What's wrong with this game right here? It's like, oh, look at the graph. Yo, that looks like Breath of the Wild. Look at that. That looks like Breath of the Wild. Look at him. Look at that. I'm like, stutter. I mean, that might just be the stream, but I think there were some frame rate drops in this game. I just saw some pop in as well, but you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Like the monster popped in. Yeah, there's some frame rate stutters. Stutter. I came in your mind, you know we lying. Stutter. Yeah, nah. I was like, I don't. Star Ocean, I was never into it, so. Look at the frame drops. Come on, son. Is that me? Is that the stream? No, it looks like a gameplay frame drops. But honestly, my main problem is like the faces are just a little too cutesy. I don't know. It's hard to. The proportions are weird. It's like his muscles are too big or something. It's so weird. I don't know. It's like she got a grown woman body and a Cupid doll face. Does that make sense? I don't know. I mean, that's nothing. Right there. That's one of them. But that's just, you know, that's just art style. I would say, let's not take away from points from that, but that's part of the aesthetic kind of visuals. So it may affect your enjoyment. I don't think it will, but yeah, this PS4 game. I don't know what they're trying to pull here, but it's not that interesting. Everybody's like, Final Fantasy 16. I'm like, yeah, no. I think it's 16, right? 15, 16, I don't know. Whatever the next one is. Divine Force, yeah. Star Ocean Divine Force, that's the name of it. Anyway, what's next? And the last game. The last game was the devil in the details. The devil inside. The devil inside? That's what it's called? One thing I mean, I like this game. Looks pretty good. As far as like art style and stuff, it looks cool. The one thing I didn't like was this overmap, where they come out and they're like little pegs, they're little weeble wobble people. I'm like, I mean, okay. I guess that was a choice, but and that's it. That's the show, man. I mean, there's nothing else. It was look. I got nothing to say because look. I mean, I could say it was hot trash, but that's not really. It was hot trash only because of expectations. Only because the expectation of a Sony presentation is supposed to be bangers, gonna defeat all the competition, because that's what PlayStation is. See what's happening? You see what has happened? You see what Sony has put themselves in the position. Instead of embracing all games and saying, you know, yo, this game and that game, and they went out and said, nah, we just gonna concentrate on first party, super duper AAA bangers. That's all we're doing. Nothing else matters. That's it. And so when they put on a state of play like this, all of their fans, all of the donkey unicorns are sitting there salivating, waiting for the bangers. Where the bangers at? No. Where the hee-haw? Where the bangers at? And when you don't show the bangers, you get L's. You get L's. You get boring in chat. Hey, this is the grave that Sony has dug for themselves. How can they get out of this situation? How can they get out of this predicament that they find themselves in? They need better messaging. That's what they need. Period. You know? So, your boy Jim Ryan just had an interview with GI, GameIndustry.biz or whatever, and he was like, oh, we have premiere games and we do all these things, and it's a shame that only 20 million, we want hundreds of million to play our fabulous games. Are these the fabulous games too? Are you counting these as well? I mean, because I don't know. You didn't say anything. I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. See, when you listen to what Jim Ryan says, what he has said, you get this idea in your head. Oh, PlayStation is all about the bangers. PlayStation is all about AAA. You know, indies is not even in the conversation as far as what they're saying to the public. And they have taught their fans to expect the best. And when they can't deliver the best, you get this. And now that's I'm not trying to say these games aren't good. But like I said, they weren't expecting indies. They weren't expecting kiddie games. They were expecting The Last of Us 3. They were expecting God of War Ragnarok. They were expecting, you know, Square Enix to give us some Final Fantasy flavors. That didn't happen. Expectation. Yeah, that was a big giant L. That was by far, that was the worst. Like I said again, it wasn't the games. It was the expectations. Sony fooled everybody. Sony fooled everybody. Said, yo, we the best. We the best. And they come up with this and like, yeah, no, that's not. They could have put one banger in there and it might have saved the show. But they didn't do that. You know? They could have showed some more, I don't know, some more, is that it? Yeah. So they could have showed a little bit of Horizon Forbidden West, some more gameplay of that. You know, maybe first glimpse of God of War Ragnarok. That's supposed to be coming out next year, right? I don't think it's gonna come out next year. It's supposed to be. I think it's gonna get delayed. I think for Horizon Forbidden West will come out. Thor Ragnarok's gonna be 20. If it's not 2022, I'm gonna say late 2022. If it's not that, it'll be 2023, springtime. But yeah, man, I mean, that's it. That was a waste of time. I'm glad it wasn't like too much of a waste of time, but woof, wow. I mean, yo, look, as far as like presentations, you look at what Sony just gave us, it's like, why are you wasting my time, Sony? You look at what Microsoft, you look at what Xbox did with the Halo flights, the multiplayer flights, plus the gameplay of the campaign overview the other day. Come on, son. It's like, yeah, this is the competition. Halo versus whatever else Sony's trying to do right now. Halo's killing them. We ain't even talking about Forza yet. Forza's coming out in like a week or two. That's gonna be a banger. Everybody's like, yo. That might be the highest rated Forza to date. I'm gonna say 96. I'm gonna say 96. 95 probably. 96. Give it a 96, baby. Halo, I think Halo's gonna score high too. And like I said, a lot of ponies. Sorry. Dunk unicorns. They were talking. Oh, look at this, look at that. They tried to pull a Craig meme again. Didn't work. Because they can't. They got nothing to play. They wait for the state of play. It's like disappointing. Their world is crumbling around them, and Jim Ryan is just sitting there rubbing his hands. PC, baby, we're gonna make all that money. Yeah, he's like Herman slapping his hand. Herman hugs, yeah, baby. Like yes, Jim, yes, we will do it. Why is he African? Why does Herman Ho sound like a big African man? Yes, Jim, we'll do it. It was the goodness. Yes, state of play. Yo, Jimmy and Hermie, they got y'all fooled. They bamboozled y'all. They got y'all in a headlock, boy. Woo! I would hate to be a Sony, but I hate to be a Donkey Unicorn right now. Crying. Well, I gotta get my buckets out because all them tears, nourishment. Them unicorn tears are so delicious. All right, y'all, I'm out. Like and subscribe if you so choose to do so.